So maybe you want to create, but you're not doing it. Maybe you would like to have a podcast, YouTube channel, a blog, or write a book, write music, poetry, whatever it is. It might not be a lack of ideas, but maybe it's fear. The fear of being seen, judged, or not being good enough. And that's such a normal fear to have. It can be really good to have a crutch, like a bridge that helps you to get to the other side. So I think everyone has actually figured something out about their lives and found some solutions for some problems in their lives, even if it's not everything. And it's not even about being an expert in anything. It's about sharing what helped you. You're really just a contributor. And I think that's like everyone is allowed to do that. Everyone is allowed to contribute to the pool of ideas happening in the world. And maybe there's someone out there that needs exactly your perspective. But still, even though we might know all these things, it might still be hard to take this first step and start writing out in public or talking out in public. Like maybe this first step still feels too overwhelming, like starting a podcast. It seems like a huge step to you. Or putting yourself online for the first time might seem like something scary. So maybe you have a fear of hearing your own voice and it just feels wrong when you listen back to something. Or you might not like seeing yourself on camera. Or if you're writing, it might feel like bad writing. So all these things like keep you stuck that you can't get started. Quite often people don't actually fail in what they're doing. They might never begin. And unfortunately, that's a failure. And not like making a mistake or writing something bad. That's not the failure. But never beginning, I think, is sad because like somebody out there might really need to hear what you have to say. And also it might make you feel so good if you take the step and do it. Because if it's something inside you that you feel you would like to do, maybe you just need a little bridge to get started. So I think AI can be really helpful for this. And I don't think AI is the end product, of course, because nobody wants to read all the generic AI content anymore and listen to AI voices. But I still think it's very valuable as a starting tool. So AI is a crutch. It's not your voice, but something to lean on while you learn to walk. Okay, so maybe you can see it like this. So here is a courage letter that you can try. There's a few different steps that you can take. Step 1 is to let AI do everything. This might be the one with the lowest resistance. So you're scared? Fine. Just tell AI, maybe you can use ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, Perplexity. There's so many out there. Just take one that's easy for you and tell them that you want to talk about this topic. And then let AI generate a full text for you to read. So your action would be read it aloud and record yourself. And the goal here is to just get used to hearing your voice. And if you need to take this step to really even just get started, just do it and don't judge yourself for it. Step 2, add a tiny bit of yourself. So now this time you can maybe write some bullet points and let AI turn it into a script. And then you will record the script again. And you will have something that you started to create a little bit yourself. So here the goal is start participating without pressure. Now, step 3 is to speak first and then use AI. That's one I use a lot of the time, and I still use a lot because I find it quite helpful to get started, especially when I'm stuck creatively. So first you record messy voice notes. You could just go for a walk and record yourself. And I did a whole other episode or YouTube video on that you can check out if you want. And you record your messy voice notes and then you use the tools And if you use voice notes, it transcribes your notes straight away. Or you can actually just use one of the AI tools like Claude. And I think you can just actually press record and record yourself right into it. And then you can let AI clean up your script and you can read that, and that can be your text. So now your goal is your voice becomes the source, and you're already a step closer to creating something that's coming from you. Step 4, use the script as support, not a cage. Okay, this step, now the goal is about building confidence and natural expression. So maybe you already have a blog post that you have written, or you have a script that you wrote together with AI. And you're using the script as inspiration for your free talking. And that's what I try quite often as well. You can also use just bullet points for this. If you have an outline, maybe you tell AI to give you an outline about the topic that you want to talk about, and you recorded some voice notes beforehand. I did this for this episode actually. So I just recorded a voice note first and I transcribed it, and then I fed it into ChatGPT and told it to write an outline about this episode, for this episode. And now I use the outline and try to talk freely around every point of the outline. And I'm still learning this, so I'm not super fluent in this either, as you can hear probably, but it's part of my process and I'm getting more and more courageous, and I think I'm getting better at it as well. So now you don't read the script word for word, but you speak more freely around it. Step 5 is to let go of the crutch. Now you just talk with just a few notes or even no notes at all. You can trust yourself and you accept imperfection. So maybe you just have an idea and you press record and you just talk into your phone or into the microphone and just let it all pour out. And this is where your real voice really comes through. I think that's the goal anyway, and that's my goal. I'm not quite there yet. I have done it a few times and it worked, but sometimes it depends on the state of mind I'm in as well. And that might be the same for you. So if you're at any of those stages, I would love to hear about it, because I would love to hear what your experience is. So now I have another point here. What actually changes when you do this? I don't think you suddenly become fearless, but you can get used to being seen and heard. And the fear becomes manageable. So I think feeling confident about it comes after taking the courageous action. And if you're courageous a few times and you take action a few times, you will get more confident over time. I think it's crazy because a few years ago, when I wanted to make a video course, I was so afraid of being in front of the camera that I just couldn't do it. I was way too scared. And I really had to go back a few steps. And I had to, and that's when I took the podcast course by Michelle Rohr, which really helped me to get started, because she gave me permission to just use my voice online and just speak. And then I started doing this podcast, which really helped me along the way. And I took different steps, and then I went from there to recording my voice, using the podcast to make videos and just putting B-roll behind it. And then the next step was that I actually dared to be in front of the camera. So now I can even talk in front of the camera. I still prefer the B-roll plus voiceover videos, but sometimes when I'm in the right mood, I record videos talking to the camera, and it doesn't feel as awkward anymore. And I'm quite sure the longer I do it, the better I will get. And I'm so happy I took those steps. I'm so happy about it, because it feels very fulfilling. But just before I go, I want to give a gentle reality check about AI. So I think it's important to know that you don't hide behind it forever, because people really connect with messiness and personality and real voices, I think, more than a read script. But you can use AI to start. Just don't let it replace you. So if you like to try this, try recording one thing today and maybe another one tomorrow. Or if you get going, you can record a few things. Because sometimes I feel like when inspiration hits, I need to keep recording things and keep putting things out there, because it might go away again. And you don't even have to share your first recordings. It can be private and just for yourself. But if you do want to share, it would be wonderful, because somebody might need to hear it.